Blue Club Sports. Thank you for joining me today as we do another New York Giants video. The New York Giants beat the Baltimore Ravens 24-20, and a lot of takeaways from this game after watching it. Even though Saquon Barkley did not have that big home run hit run, he still finds a way to make an impact. Daniel Jones, I'm starting to warm up to him, to be honest. He made no mistakes. That one fumble where he lost, he's just doing everything he can to extend the play at the end of the half. And you can't fault him for that, honestly. He's just trying to do the best he can with what he's given. A lot of third down conversions failed just because the receivers aren't at the level they should be. But the thing is, I don't want to be too overcritical. I'm happy they won. I've always said the New York Giants, the fact that they're 5-1 in the first year of the Joe Shane, Brian Daboll era exceeds all expectations, honestly. Because when you really look at it, a lot of this roster should not be on the roster, if that makes sense. A lot of it's just garbage from the previous regime of Dave Gettleman. When I mean garbage, I'm talking about Toney, Kenny Golladay, players that aren't performing. And those two come to mind off the top of my head. Overpaid, overdrafted, and they just need to go. But Daniel Bellinger played a huge role. It's weird that we knew Andrews for the Ravens was going to be have a big role in the offense, but we countered it with us using our tight end, and it was really good to see. Really, when you think about it, the coaching staff did a hell of a job, especially that last drive. The Ravens could have, we've seen it time and time again. The Ravens come back and do a last-minute game-winning drive, but Kayvon Thibodeau, strip sack, and Leo Williams recovers the ball, and it was just good to see MetLife rocking like it was. It was really good to see. It's all good vibes with the Giants, honestly. It's crazy to think that only one team in the NFL have a better record than us. And so this past game against the Ravens, Daniel Jones, I would give him a B rating. I don't think it's to give him a C. He did make plays that were good. A C rating would be he just did enough to put the Giants in a position to win. I think Daniel Jones did more than that. And I'm warming up to him. Like I said, I used to be a harsh critic of his, but every game that goes by, every win this coaching staff gets, it just makes the coaches we had in the last 4 years look even worse and worse and worse and worse. Ben McAdoo, great offensive mind, but not a leader of men. And it showed when things didn't go our way, the team absolutely collapsed. Pat Shurmur, yeah, we were all right offensively once we drafted Daniel Jones, but him picking James Betcher as a defensive coordinator was, beyond. It was just bad. It was really, really bad. And then Joe Judge. Do we really need to talk about Joe Judge? But yeah, this coaching staff really, really impressing me. I was, if I'm gonna be overcritical, I really thought we were gonna limit Baltimore more than what we did. Well, at the end of the day, limiting Lamar Jackson and that super explosive offense to 20 points in one game, can't really ask for more. But definitely, seeing Kenyon Drake kill us It seemed like every time he got the ball was a little deflating, but we got the win, and that's all that really matters. Like I said, Saquon Barkley, no big run in the game, except he dives for the end zone for the touchdown, and then making that super smart play where instead of getting a touchdown to pad his stats, he stops shy of the goal line, so we can make sure that there's no chance Lamar Jackson gets the ball back and we can run out the clock. It was just smart football, and that's the thing. The Giants, every game they go to, it feels like they're at a talent deficit. But the thing with this team, it feels like the mindset they have, the football IQ they have is always superior, and that's what's making them get these wins. It's not like we're blowing anyone out. These are all one-score games, and they mentioned it in the broadcast. These are all one-score victories, for the New York Giants. And the fact that we're just barely beating teams, it just shows the coaching staff, in my opinion, is doing the job, But we'll see what happens. We have to travel to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. I thought it was a joke, but supposedly we are a 3-point underdog again. Definitely pick the Giants to win this game. Doug Peterson is, unless he drastically changed, I'm sorry, I'm not watching Jacksonville football, but unless he changed from his time in Philly, that coaching staff, his decision-making skills aren't the best. So I'm not worried about the coach. The plays have seen of Jacksonville, it still looks like Trevor Lawrence is going through growing pains, and it's crazy to say, but I think going into this game coming up, we will be having the better quarterback on our team, and it just proves Daniel Jones is proving me wrong, and I'm happy to be proved wrong, and that's what I've said in the Giants preview. Is I want Daniel Jones to be our quarterback for the future. I want him to progress. I want him to get that contract. The only reservation I have of Daniel Jones is he's going to command big money, as he should. I wouldn't expect anything else, honestly. But is he really a guy that you expect to give, $35 million a year, $37 million a year, $40 million a year? Because that's going to be the benchmark now for quarterbacks, especially when Lamar gets his contract, And I'm not sure if Daniel Jones is that caliber of player. I think Daniel Jones, what he's been showing us so far this year, is he's kind of like the Jared Goff when he was with the Rams. He'll have some good games, but he can manage a game. He won't really lose you the game. And I'm happy he's evolved into that, because before, especially under Jason Garrett, especially under Jason Garrett's tutelage, he was really a liability. I felt like it's like, do not turn over the bar, do not turn over the ball, and he would do it, and I'm just like, ugh. And that's what really made me fall out with Daniel Jones. But it seems like that's in the past, and like I said, full credit to Brian Dable and Mike Kafka. They are cleaning up his liabilities. He's playing way, way, way better. But I think that's what he is. He'll be a Jared Goff type quarterback that can take us to a Super Bowl, give us a chance, But definitely he's not. He's definitely not, a top 5 quarterback. If he ever reaches that, I'd be more than happy. But realistically, I think he's a quarterback that can, be borderline top 10 on his day. And I feel like that's fine. We teams have won the Super Bowl without Patrick Mahomes. Teams have won it without Josh Allen. You could arguably say is the best quarterback. He still hasn't won a Super Bowl yet, So you can get to the Super Bowl and give yourself a chance on winning it with a quarterback like a Daniel Jones, or playing at his potential, at his ceiling. What I think his ceiling's going to be. But yeah, I'm just very happy. The New York Giants are 5-1. We're second in the division, which is so cruel. the fact that the year that we get our shit together, basically, this division decides to play fucking good. You know, imagine if we were 5-1 in 2020. Oh my goodness, we would have had like, you know, a 2 or 3 game lead on division right now. But you know, the division's stacked, except the Commanders. They suck. And they're not going to play any better now with Carson Wentz out. But yeah, I just think I'm not really expecting this team to win the division. I think Philadelphia has a way better roster than us, but we're rebuilding. This is still year 1 of a new regime. We're still having to get rid of old players, draft new players, really get players that fit the system in. But really, I think a wild card, I think we're I don't know, we have the same. We're the number 5 seed. So, you know, we're the top ranked wild card team, I believe, as things stand right now. And that means, I think that's good. You know, I think that's way better than what I expected from this team. And that right there is crazy to understand. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. I'm just very happy that the Giants found a way to grind out a win. And this is something that you would have never seen under Joe Judge. This is something you would have never seen under the second year of Ben McAdoo or even under Pat Shurmur. These wins wouldn't happen under the past horrid, trash-ass coaches that we used to have here. And, you know, credit, I have to give more credit where credit's due. The owner, you know, John Mara and Steve Tisch, they really gave the steering wheel to Joe Shane. Joe Shane cleared house, you know, in the front office. Oh, we don't have to worry about Chris Mara in charge of scouting or whatever the fuck he was doing. Clueless. And, you know, they gave the keys to the franchise to someone that's able to do it, and they're getting rewarded. And I think it's hard for someone to say they're wrong, especially when you are a wealthy person like our owners are. And they conceded that, look, maybe we don't know what we're doing. They gave it to Joe Shane. They're getting rewarded. And just, you know, we have to be appreciative that they had to make that tough choice, especially when there's so many egos involved. And yeah, but that's all I got for this video, guys. If you like the content, the Giants content, please drop a like. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I cover New York Giants, New York Yankees, and Chelsea Football Club. I'll try to do some more NFL and general stuff, general videos, but we'll see. I do implement a video feed. It's just right now, for the time being, probably next week, I'll start implementing video again. But right now, we're just doing audio only. Comment down below if you have anything to say, as long as it fits YouTube guidelines. I'll be more than happy to respond to any comments you may post. And yeah, that's all I got for this video. You guys take care and have a good day.